Something terrible is happening inside this hospital. The director has been drinking heavily for years. Her hands shake constantly because of it. She can't perform surgeries at all. So every time there's an operation, she has a substitute doctor do it for her, while she drinks in the room next door. But this surgery went horribly wrong. The substitute, Dr. Kong, made a critical error in judgment. The patient started hemorrhaging badly. The director rushed in and took one look, then simply told Dr. Kong to stitch up the wound. Meanwhile, the father waiting outside the operating room had no idea what was happening inside. Shortly after, the director wheeled the girl out, pretended to comfort the father, telling him to wait a little longer. His daughter would wake up soon. The father waited for an entire year. Kim Doo-ki knew the truth about what happened, but there was one thing he still couldn't figure out. The director's hands shake terribly from drinking, yet she somehow has time to regularly do volunteer work. It made no sense at all. Right at that moment, his teammate asked why family members never came to visit patients at the hospital. Hearing the word visit, Kim Doo-ki suddenly understood everything. Usually when someone's in the hospital, family comes to see them. But at this hospital, whenever a patient had surgery, there were never any family members waiting outside the operating room. Combined with the director frequently doing volunteer work, Kim Doo-ki figured it all out. The director was visiting people who qualified for government medical assistance at the bottom of society. Their surgery costs were completely covered by the government. The director saw this as her cash cow for dirty money. Even if those elderly people weren't actually sick, the director would find ways to make them have surgery. And they were all elderly people living alone. So there would never be any family members causing trouble. This complete criminal system was running smoothly under the director's operation. After Dr. Kong disappeared, the substitute doctor position became vacant. Shockingly, the director just randomly picked an assistant, had him watch online tutorials to teach himself surgical procedures, then let him perform actual surgeries. Soon after, the director received a call from the hospital. An elderly patient was in critical condition. She needed to come back and handle it. This elderly person originally only had minor health issues, but now the corrupt director had turned him into a critical patient. The old man's medical files, just like the girl's, were deliberately placed under a leak by her subordinates to destroy them. That way, even if someone came to investigate, they wouldn't find any evidence. But what he didn't know was, Kim Doo-ki had already followed him there, and gave the man a severe beating. To stop the director from continuing her evil acts, the revenge squad began their operation. The team leader led several people to infiltrate the hospital under different identities. Ko Un entered the nursing station. Choi Kyung-gu entered the pharmacy. Manager Park stood guard outside to keep others from entering. The team leader began transferring all the elderly patients to other hospitals. Now the director was about to face their complete destruction.